Yo, what is poppin', ladies and gents? I'm back here again with another Unordinary Reaction, episode 189. So let's hop right into it automatically. We already know what happened last week. Don't try to hide it. We already know. We got a new king. Arlo already been dethroned man long ago. But here we go. John's finally the king. Zeke got beat down. It's kind of poetic what I was talking about in one of my other videos that I posted the other day. Check that out, talking about how John's finally embracing himself. I was talking about it's kind of poetic how when John became Tuesday, his first victim was Zeke, and now after he's finally, I guess his coronation ceremony, beating up Zeke, he's the king. Now he's the king. So it's kind of poetic. His first victim was Zeke again. Crazy. And his Goonies, of course, but oh shit, there he is. I'm out of here. Please don't look this way. Don't make eye contact. What the hell? Okay. They're all the same. It's just like New Boston. John, you really did it. You finally showed everyone your true strength. Yeah, and why are you so excited? John, I'm on your side. Now that you have your rightful place, I'm just happy for you. Psst, gross. Cut the bullshit, Cecile. I know what you want. The press lead. You want your position back, right? Well, good timing. I was just about to pay a visit to Aizen. Unordinary episode 189. The press room. Alright, here we go. Oh, alright. Hey, so I spoke with Claire last night. Oh, get anything out of it? Remember about that gap in John's records? Well, after the New Boston incident, John was detained by the authorities for an undetermined amount of time. I'm willing to bet that his drastic change in attitude had to do with how the authorities handled him during that time. I mean, that plus his dad giving him Unordinary, that too. So was the authorities, of course. No one else would have that type of capability. Aizen, when you get a chance, could you do some research on how the authorities managed powerful delinquent children? I mean, I'll do what I can. But digging into this type of info is pretty dangerous, so I can't guarantee anything. That's fine. Something else has been bothering me as well. That interrogation officer. He seems fishy. I can't help but feel like he's got a stake in this. I heard them call you to the office today. What was that about? Oh, it was just that Keon guy from the authorities. He came to question me about Unordinary. After John's meeting with Keon, he was visibly shaken. Your hand's been shaking this entire time. Are you sure? You're okay? Let go. Someone as powerful as John. What could cause him to act like that? Well, you know, Keon did traumatize him, just slamming his head onto the metal table and just making him see his memories over and over again. So he did fuck with his head at that time. I want to know more about Keon. Plus, honestly, if you're really like looking into this, you could put two and two together. She's talked to Keon as well. She's seen how he acts. Like, he was so quick to want her to be in like part of his special program or whatever. Like, I think you can make a guess about what the hell that special program is. Shut up. They were shook that it was Aizen. I mean, Aizen was shook that it was John. Bro, this whole John thing, it's like, man, he really didn't even want to become king. So why is it? It's so crazy. I was like, somebody commented on my video earlier. I know I'm getting off track, but I think it's something I have to talk about. The whole thing with John becoming king and all. I mean, obviously he didn't want to do it. He got forced back into the hierarchy. We've talked about this so much. Golly. But it's like, bro. So he was talking about if you were hating Arlo before, you have to hate John now. And I was wondering to myself, why would I have to do that? And I replied, I was like, I actually don't, because what Arlo did, he was completely out of line. He was literally out of line. Why you gotta reveal somebody's secrets? If you have a secret, you don't have to tell anybody that. I don't care who it is. You don't have to tell nobody nothing. It's your personal secret. Like John hiding his powers from Seraphina and everybody else, he doesn't have to tell anybody that. He doesn't have to tell Seraphina. People are like, oh man, this is gonna cause problems later on. But why does he have to tell them? If you're trying to hide your past and you're trying to change from it, why do you have to tell anybody? There's nothing wrong with hiding your past, because he was trying to change. It's not like what he did was, like, I was talking to my boy and he was like, yo, he did this for the school's benefit. He didn't want to hurt nobody, but like, look what happened. There's a difference between violence and defending yourself and somebody beating you up. If you keep getting beat up, this thing is gonna eventually happen. Payback's a bitch, isn't it? So that's pretty much the short version. He talks about how John's hospitalizing people and all that stuff. But if you guys look at it, everybody that he's hospitalized the Royals because they were an obstacle in his plan to destroy the hierarchy. They were just obstacles. If it was anybody else, the same thing would have happened to them. But everybody else that he hospitalized, they picked the fight with him first, or they hurt Seraphina. So there's also that. The guy that, when he slammed his head into the freaking wall with his ability, the hand ability, that guy came picking on John, so you can't defend him. Judy, whatever her name was, she wrote the article about Seraphina. She caused it all, so she deserves what she got. Zeke, we already know what he did. The kids at the house, bro, they kidnapped Seraphina, so we already know. So can you tell me which of these guys are not guilty? Please tell me. Why are you looking at me like that? Are you doing okay? Yeah, why? Well, you were dethroned earlier, so if you want to talk about it, nah, not much to say, really. It was only a matter of time till it happened. At least the secret's out now. I don't have to stress about being the fake king anymore. It's whatever. He's taking it surprisingly well. Like I said at the same time. Anyway, let's get to business. Okay, so bottom line is, we don't know anything about this Terrence kid. Oh, so they're talking about the kid with the invisibility thing. Alright. They pretty much think that he's like part of the whole Ember, the kidnapping thing, I think, if I remember correctly. On the surface, he's your typical mid-tier. I thought he was a low tier last time. Isn't he like a 2.4? But who knows what he could be hiding. He's got a cunning ability, so he won't be easy to track. I don't know why everything's getting blurry. And he's managed to stay hidden for this long, so he isn't stupid either. I can't even read the last bubble because like it blurred it all out. Hello, Arlo, you there? Something on your mind? Oh, okay, so the blurriness probably had to do with him spacing out and all that extra stuff. You know, I've already done this once and it backfired. He really got that PTSD. Look, what you did to John was stupid and uncalled for, and you got what you deserved. At least she knows that much. But these people aren't the same. They're an organized group who disabled my ability. They held me at knife point and tried to kidnap me for who knows what. Excuse me? What the fuck? Arlo, I absolutely need to know who these people are. Are you with me? She's right. I'm curious about them too. I mean, Vulcan killed Ray, so we already know that. But we're always thinking about if she's with Ember or not. I mean, I'm pretty sure she is because they left the note thing, so she is definitely part of Ember. Did they have any connection to Ray? Alright. If you assume that Terrence is part of the same group who invaded John's house, then they are extremely tough and very competent. 3 high tiers and a powerful healer, and somehow we still ended in a stalemate. 3 high tiers? Who, what? Want to fill me in? Seraphina, John, Elaine, and myself. We were all at John's place the night Seraphina lost her ability. 3 mid-tiers showed up and almost outmaneuvered us. What? How? Oh, hold on. Granted, Seraphina was out of commission. I mean, she was asleep, plus she did lose her ability, so it's not like that mattered. An ability dampener. There's a dampener too? You could have told me this earlier. Ugh. Holy shit. With an amplifier and a dampener to top it off? It's no wonder they got away. Hold on. Something still doesn't make sense here. If they had ability amplifiers, why didn't they use them during the attack? They easily would have gotten away. Probably could have taken us all down too. Yeah, I've been asking myself that since our last meeting. Maybe they had a shortage of amplifiers, limited stock, or maybe the guy who's dampening all the abilities, maybe he can maybe everybody within that specific range gets hit. So they were like, okay, this doesn't really make sense. I don't know, but it probably also doesn't make sense because they were mid tiers. So I don't think so, guys. And the towns we visited, there didn't seem to be a shortage at all. Just Vulcan. Just give Vulcan a call, and you can get your fix right away, as long as you have the cash. I see. Both the dampener and the amplifier have an ability compromising properties, but that seems to be the only thing these two parties have in common. Think about it. Vulcan, an ability amplifying high tier who kills, versus the House Invaders ability dampening mid tiers who abduct. Man, that's a mouthful, bro. They used different tools and seem to have different goals. You're right. It wouldn't make sense if they were part of the same group. Maybe the invaders were amplified. Just started off really weak. Are you kidding? Who the hell would hire a bunch of low tiers to amp when they could just straight up hire mid tiers? Yeah, what he said. Just wanted to cover all bases. Okay, to this, I kind of want to say, okay, so for a mid tier, the only thing they really have to gain is like obviously becoming a high tier, but they also at that point they also have to listen to somebody. So it's pretty much the same as listening to high tiers or like whatever higher tiers than them. If you a lower tier, they have a lot more to gain, possibly money and the fact that they don't have to be a low tier anymore. So it's probably a lot easier to manipulate the weaker person. So that's just my view on it though. I guess in that case, Terrence isn't on amplifiers. So I saw a video from somebody and they were talking about it. I mean, I also thought about this too, but like, I don't think there's a way. I don't think freaking Terrence and that guy are the same people. He was talking about how it was Shy Chef. He was talking about how the bubbles are like the same color, but like it also wouldn't make sense to me either because I definitely do think there's two of them. I was thinking like maybe he's like it's like a relative or like older like his dad or some shit because they have the same ability. But if John's around them, he would have been able to sense their aura. And if it's the same person, he would have just sensed the same aura. So don't you think he would have probably went after this guy right away? So I don't think it's Terrence, obviously. That's just my thing though. Cause I know John for a fact. John could definitely tell auras apart. So. Wouldn't that mean these documents were falsified too? They even went as far as to change his grade school records. What does that say? 2.2. Man, that's not no high tier, bro. That no mid tier. Mid tiers are not no damn 2, right? That's unsettling. A mysterious mall booth. Workers in a van. House invaders. Now Terrence at school. They are situated everywhere, all in communication and all working together. They have the power to stay hidden, to forge information, and to disable abilities. Okay, so like this leads me back. My bad. Let me just finish reading this part. What exactly are we up against? So this kind of leads me back to the whole thing with Arlo's aunt. So she's part of the police force, if I remember correctly. So I'm thinking that these guys, they obviously have somebody very high up position in order to change documents. So they're either working with the government or working with the police. They have to have people like that are just in cahoots and being like spies and shit. So that's what I'm thinking. Probably, I mean, I'm not saying that it's Vulcan, of course, but I'm just saying like it could be somebody in that type of position. Excuse me, can I help you? Ugh, he shook. The couple is here, the power couple. Psych, not really, but hey, they are a couple. Not really, but you know what I mean. Oh shit. Oh, so we just gonna say this shit every time now? Alright. Those two together again? John, along with that rat too. Psst, I fucking knew it. Cecile? What's John doing with her? Didn't I warn him about her already? Hey John, congrats on your new title. Get out. Excuse me? You heard me, Serafina. Oh shit. He called her by her full name. He was like, get out. It's like when your parents call you by your full name and your last name. You know some shit's about to go down. All three of you, get the fuck out of here. Well, that's the end of the episode. But if you guys like this episode, don't forget to comment down below and subscribe. Check out my Twitter and my Discord in the description. My thoughts on this episode, let's see. It was a pretty decent episode, you know, just a lot of dialogue, not much going on. I wish we got more like talking about the aftermath of how like John was like, you know, he's the king now, but it's whatever. There's a lot of time to expand further upon on that. But other than all that, don't forget to check out my video about me talking about John finally embracing himself. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But other than all that, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, check out the rest of my videos, all that extra stuff. Peace out.